Hello friends, welcome back or welcome. If you're new here, my name is Jillian and I make crochet plushies and other crochet related content. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay more up to date with me. So today is Wednesday, October 11th. It is now almost 2 weeks since my second ever craft fair, craft market, and I am here to share the breakdown and recap of that, so everything I sold, and at the end I'm going to be just sharing some overall things I've learned, some tips, and all of that good stuff. So I think we're just gonna get right into this video. I do not have any actual footage of me at the market. Again, I'm newer to it, so it's very difficult for me to have to set up and film it, but we'll get there eventually. So with that being said, let's get into it. So as for items that I brought to this market, it is pretty much the same things I brought to my very first market that didn't get sold, and then minus the things that got sold at the first market, and then I did add some new stuff for my most recent last market. So I'm not gonna go into a breakdown of all the pictures of things I brought. If you would like to see some of the things I brought, then make sure you check out my last vlog, my longest vlog that I've put out so far, but it covers my first market. So some overall details of this event. It was in the town I live, so that was super nice because I didn't have to travel to go anywhere and make sure I got there with time to set up and whatnot. So loved that. I got there within 10 minutes. I had a whole hour to set up my booth, which was very nice compared to the 20 minutes I had in my first market. But yes, very nice. And with it being a smaller town, it was definitely a smaller market or craft fair. So there was maybe 20 to 25 vendors there overall. And most of them were under this big pavilion we have, where we also have our farmers market and other good stuff there during the summer. But those people were only allotted pretty much one table under the pavilion. So I ended up paying for a spot to put a tent, and I really liked this idea because I figured if I pay for a tent spot, then I'm guaranteed the 10 by 10 booth size, and I can put as many tables and display items and whatnot in that space. So that ended up working out really good, I think, because I was one of 4 vendors that had a tent, and we were posted up on either side of the pavilion. So there was 2 and 2. And I think it helped out a lot because customers would walk through basically left to right, and then they would walk back down. And so basically people would walk in and see my stuff first, basically where I was positioned, which was very nice. And yeah, I just liked the event overall. It was 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., which I definitely loved the evening vibes, and people would stop in after work and with their kids and stuff, and it was really cute. And I definitely want to participate in more of these makers markets that this person is hosting around my town. And make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll probably always announce and do videos when I have craft markets and stuff like that, just because I enjoy doing that, and I'm pretty sure people like watching the process of craft market prep and going and setting up your booth and all of that good stuff. But if you are a crochet business owner or you're trying to get into that, I highly recommend looking into your local craft fairs and seeing what you can do. So let's get into the numbers and financials. So overall, compared to the first market, which was in a little bit of a more populated area, but kind of in the country, so I don't know, there were a lot more people at the first one, but I ended up making more money at the craft fair my most recent one that I'm talking about, so the one that was in my town. So I ended up making a total of $205 after the square card reader fee, which was less than $2, so not that big of an issue. And I'm gonna go into the breakdown of like types of payment. So the most popular payment method between this market and my first market, excuse my dog, is definitely cash, which is cool with me. So at this one, in cash, I made $118. And then on my square card reader, I made $64. And then on Venmo, I made $25. So that's a total of $205 roughly. And that, I think, is a personal success, especially compared to the first market where I made, I think, under $100 for, what was it, like 5 hours at that craft fair. So this was definitely a personal best, and I really enjoyed doing this market. Okay, so let's get into the items I did sell. So I did end up writing everything down on my little ghost notepad sheet here. These are all the transactions I made that day. So the first one was somebody that I know, a shout out to her. She ended up buying my floral tofu the turtle. I only had one of those, it was super cute. She bought that, and she bought the, I think I only had one mallard, and she ended up buying that as well. And then she bought a pumpkin mushroom boy, and this is just the chunky mushroom boy pattern, but I ended up making it look like a little pumpkin top instead of a regular mushroom. And then the second purchase was a pink baby octo, and let me tell you guys need to be making baby octos and kind of selling them for like a good, decent, cheaper price, because I sell my baby octos for $5 each and they fly out of there. So definitely recommend those. I will have all of my crochet patterns linked down below for you guys, so you can check that out. But the baby octo pattern is all from Jade, and it's a free one, so definitely check that one out. Then the third transaction that day ended up being the rest of the baby octos that I had. And granted, I did not make nearly as many as I should have. I again only had 4. So this lady walked up, and I had my little bin, and they're $5 each, so I had my little tag on there. And I had a blue one, a purple, and an orange left in there. And she like grabbed all 3 of them, and she was like, "Are these all you have?" I was like, yeah. And she just grabs the rest of them, and she was like, "Okay, I'll take the rest of these." And that was literally so awesome. Those were the first thing to sell out. That was within like the first hour. So I have a plan and an idea cooking up for those baby octos in a way to sell those. So that'll be coming up in the future here. I'll probably share that with you guys. But definitely need way more for my next market. So that was definitely one of the best sellers at that market. And then the next purchase here was, let's see here, was 2 chickens. And I have my chickens priced at $15 each, or you can buy 2 for $25. And I think the doing little discounts and stuff like that really help like push people to buy, because you're getting a good deal. Like I would totally buy that. Two cute chickens for $25. I would totally do that. So someone bought an orange little fall chicken and a black and white speckled chicken. So that was $25 there. And then this person actually also ended up buying a purple cuttlefish that I had. And this is like kind of one of the very first things I made. A little bit, I don't know. I was newer to crocheting when I made this, so I've had it for a while. and I'm just glad it got sold. And shout out to that girl, she like picked up a chicken and then she noticed my sign said 2 for $25 and she was like, oh, this chicken needs a friend. And so she ended up buying 2, which was really cute. And then the next purchase, literally at the same time, right after this person was picking up their chickens and the cuttlefish, 2 more people walked up and they picked up 2 chickens because they had walked through once and saw the chickens, and then they came back to buy the chickens, which I thought was really cute. So they ended up getting 2 of the orange ones. The next purchase was 1 pink octo, and that's like my bigger size. It's just like a small one that I sell for $10 each. And then the next one was 1 of the orange chickens. And then the next one I sold to my future in-laws, and they bought the watermelon turtle. And then I sold another octo, a purple one. And then the last sale on here that I have written down is for the regular orange mushroom boy. So overall at this market, my 2 best or top sellers are for sure the baby octos and my chickens, the Oak and Marlowe chickens. And specifically, I would say the orangish brown ones are definitely the most popular, and I love that color variation too, so I'm glad other people did as well. And overall, as I've said, I think it was a great experience. So the total amount of plushies I sold at the market was 17, and I definitely think that was pretty good, especially for my second one. I am progressively getting better and getting more sold between my first and my second. So it's really exciting, and I love seeing little kids with the plushies. It is so adorable, and I'm just gonna continue to work on finding some more craft fairs and other stuff to participate in where I can sell my plushies. And if you're looking into getting into craft fairs and stuff like that and you don't know where to look for events, because I definitely didn't, the biggest thing right now that I can tell you is to just go on Facebook and see if there are any local vendor groups. There's like a couple in my area, definitely not a lot in western Wisconsin here, but if you live in a more populated area, I'm sure there's a bunch that you can look into. So I would start there if you're looking into craft fairs, and it's definitely a good experience in dealing with customers and seeing the joy on their faces. And yeah, I definitely recommend doing local in-person events. So between my 2 markets that I've ever done, I'm just gonna share some of my takeaways and stuff I've learned along the way. So for the first market, one of the biggest things that helped me out, like getting to the market on time and being prepared, was packing my car the night before or the day before the market. Highly recommend doing that so you don't have to scramble in the morning an hour before you have to leave. So that is a huge stress reliever, so I highly recommend doing that. And kind of going into that, make sure you are well rested and you have your alarm set and you're ready to get to the market with enough time to set up and do what you need to do. Don't be like me and get to your very first ever market with 20 minutes to set up. Do not recommend, although I did make it in time for the start of the event. It was very stressful, and just don't do it. At least get there like 45 minutes to an hour before, and if you have more display items and stuff you want to put up, even more time if they allow it. Get there early, get there on time, and make sure you're just prepared and comfortable for when customers are starting to go through. Another thing I highly recommend is to look into getting a square card reader. I got mine for free. I'm pretty sure everyone can get one of the ones right here that just plug into your phone, into the charging port, and I got sent that for free, and they take out a little bit of a fee, like a transaction fee, but it is not very much at all. And you definitely want to have a card option for people, because I would say right now cash is the most that I receive at markets, but card is right behind it, and that could be the difference between someone buying it and not buying it. So you definitely want to have that option. Another market tip, which is more of a booth display idea tip, is go to the Dollar Tree. Just check out the Dollar Tree, start cheap and small, and work your way up into getting different display items and shelves as you grow your business, because it's definitely not worth it if you're spending like $200 on display items and then making less than that at the market, so then you don't break even. So start small and cheap, and where you can, highly recommend just going to the Dollar Tree, getting some little baskets, and they have little signs, and that would be perfect, and that's pretty much what I did. I also went to Hobby Lobby to get a couple of things. I recommend there too, because they always have some sort of discount going on, and I'm sure you can get some cute display shelves there as well. Another takeaway with markets, and probably my last, is to just have fun with it and do what makes you happy, even if you're not starting out with a lot of product like I did. I don't think I started out with too much, but I still had a good time, and I still sold items at the markets, and it was a good experience overall. So yeah, have fun with that, and don't get too stressed out about it, even though it can get stressful. Just kind of prepare yourself for a busy day. And also, don't compare yourself to others and how other people have theirs displayed elaborately or anything. Just do what you need to do and do what makes you happy and what you can do, because not all of us financially can do it, or time-wise can do the same things as others. So definitely just take that into account, and don't compare yourself to other people's crochet small business journeys, because again, every person's journey is different, and don't get discouraged and compare yourself. That is like the biggest killer out there. So just keep being you and keep doing what makes you happy. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this market breakdown for my second ever market, and hopefully maybe some of you guys feel encouraged to take the step into doing your own local craft fairs. And make sure, if you guys have any questions, you leave them down below, and I will try my best to get back to you guys. I love when you guys leave me sweet comments. I read them all, and I try to get to them all. I really appreciate it. And make sure you guys are subscribed down below so you can stay tuned and up to date with me, and hopefully we can grow this channel some more. So with that, thank you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!